My name is Filippo. I'm working with Fulgur Ventures since a couple of years. Fulgur is a Bitcoin-only venture capital, so we basically invest into Bitcoin technology, which can be translated as startups and companies that are building on top of Bitcoin to help the scalability in terms of payment, to create payment infrastructure, to create application that allows better user experience for certain kind of users. So we basically are focusing on the Bitcoin development and its outcomes. So we are only focusing on Bitcoin layers 2 because we believe that the real value is Bitcoin, and eventually all the liquidity and all the momentum like user will converge into Bitcoin. So it's a long-term play that we are basically focusing on. And we never touch any other blockchain because like the VC model for other blockchain is very, we consider it like short term and most of the time scamming the users, the end user of that blockchains or crypto projects, where basically VC acquire token pre-sale from this decentralized blockchain, and they then dumped in the face of all the retail user of that particular project. So we decided to focus only on Bitcoin, to invest in the Bitcoin technology, and we are very sure that Bitcoin will be the future and all the other stuff will be just not relevant in the future. We invested in different layer 2 solution because we believe each one of these layer 2 will bring and add value to the whole ecosystem. They all have different trade-offs and features. So for example, the ones we are right now most focused on are the Lightning Network, Liquid Network, ARC and RGB, where each one of them basically have different specifics and different characteristics. So for example, liquid networks allow for a confidential transaction, allows for tokenization of asset, and it's something that we also see in RGB but with a different approach. So it's more like we believe RGB has the potential to be more scalable and has a different like validation model which require less trust than liquid. So we basically started sponsoring and like focusing on RGB. We were sponsoring RGB development as a protocol, and now we are also looking forward to invest in different Bitcoin, like different RGB startups on top of this protocol. So we are long-term RGB believer, and we hope that now with also the commitment of Tether of issuing USDT into RGB, the ecosystem will grow very quickly and will allow for more and more companies to grow and to more business cases that can be built on top of RGB. We're part of the RGB Association, and we believe that it's a necessary vehicle to expand and accelerate the development of the ecosystem. So the main focus of the association will be basically to attract more developers to build on RGB, to basically through hackathons, through bounties, through different events that we are looking forward to sponsor and organize. So we believe RGB Protocol Association will be a key player to the RGB ecosystem growth. So we're investing in different layer 2s and different protocols on top of Bitcoin, and each one of them will have their own strength and like trade-off compared to each other. So we strongly believe in the interoperability between all of this protocol, and Lightning will be the key player in making all this protocol communicating to each other, and Lightning, as often Roy also say it will be the common language of all this protocol, and Bitcoin will be able to transact and to circulate in these different protocols that can be used based on what the user is looking for. So there will be protocols that will allow for faster and cheaper transactions, other allowing RWA, and other, like for example allowing a smart contract built on top of Bitcoin that will allow Bitcoin-backed loans and all of that stuff. So there are different use cases that can be built, that could be built. Each one will be built on different protocols based on what's needed to be done, and Lightning will basically allow all these protocols to be interoperable and to work together to bring Bitcoin and making Bitcoin the future of finance.